Welcome to Behavior Code Podcast, everyone. If you're catching this iTunes, YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe. I'm your host, Yogi Chris, PhD, founder of Ninth Limb Yoga and a student of Arash Bazaars. And I'm here on the Behavior Code Podcast interviewing a multi-bootcamp graduate of Arash Bazaars. His name is Joshua J. Jacob. We call him Chief Bear from Southeast Oklahoma. He represents for us here today, Choctaw Nation. And I'm going to hand it over to you, brother, just to kind of let the audience hear your, exotic Southeast Oklahoma accent. What's going on with you today?
I'm feeling fantastic. I'm in the process of moving to my new pad. As Chris said, I am from Oklahoma. I mean, it's kind of probably rare that you actually hear a student from Oklahoma, a Native American student at that.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I'm just in the process of moving, talking about how I've been a multi-class student. This is probably part of it because he was talking recently, with the lines, and he's talking about kind of living minimally.
Yeah.
So I got me a 1-bedroom apartment.
Oh
yeah.
That's rad.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the strategies that he's been talking about, you sleeping on the floor and not having a bed, and just regular other rituals, wake up time and so on. Other daily practices. How has this been? You've been undergoing a tremendous transformation, it seems like.
Oh yeah. He lit a real good fire.
Like about 2 months, and we started this Telegram group, and a bunch of people joined the Telegram group, and it was it's not like Instagram, but it's like video sharing and commenting and whatever. But it was all about this calisthenics and exercise and morning routines and this idea of sleeping on the floor, minimal living. And since then, I've seen just a big energy boost in you and more communication flow out of you, and you seem more confident. But what's been going on with you for the change?
Well, it kind of all affected me one day when you just kind of looked at me and I see a dormant warrior within you. And that really resonated with me because, I actually come from, a warrior society. My people were nomadic. They had to hunt, they had to protect, they had to, go out to other villages and had to, take what they needed. It was pretty much a survival of the fittest lifestyle. So I think once he kind of tapped that into me, that was something that really lit a fire, so to speak. And the process has been really, really amazing, I will say. So I haven't really been as motivated to do anything as I have been doing this. So, every day I try to go work out, try to eat better. Pretty much anything that I can better myself, I take a very, very hardcore approach to it, if you will.
Yeah, very seriously. This is your life. And okay, so something about that warrior. What was it about the warrior? Was it that it wasn't talked about enough in your day-to-day living, or how is it that he woke that up in you by just saying to you, like, there's a warrior inside of you?
Yeah, I've heard that talk, throughout my life. But, it's always kind of a generalistic way. But just actually kind of have one-on-one, because, one thing I will say about Arash, he cares about his students. And he wants to bring out the best in you. And that's what I felt. I'm like, oh, shit. I should have been hearing this shit for a long time. What the hell?
Yeah.
And, it just hit me. And I was like, fuck it. He's right. I need to get my ass in gear. I need to do this shit.
Most definitely. Let's take it back to the beginning. When did you start? When did you find AZB?
Wow. Let's see. I mean, this takes us back, like me and you. Remember, we used to be on the May the Frame Be With You group. That was way back in, early 2010s. So I tapped into, Neil Strauss, mystery, all that, which, is good. It was really beneficial. But let's say I probably picked up on Arash around 2014. Yeah. And I just happened to see like a couple of Facebook posts and a YouTube video or two. Because I was, at first, I think it's probably everybody's general kind of assessment of me. Like, wait, who the hell is this guy with all these tattoos and everything? But then when you actually listen to him talk, communicate, I mean, that motherfucker spoke real truth.
Yeah, that's right. And it was the same truth that I had. I just didn't have the words for it. And it was interesting back in 2015 or 14 or whenever, I found him, that was back when Facebook, I think maybe there was still organic discovery of people. Like before there was like so many ads, and now it's so funneled down. You don't really see new people. Maybe if you got to share some things with somebody. Same thing on YouTube. So, okay, so you found him And what was the story then? To bring us from then until now, as far as your studies, like, you know, what big tips did you have from then up until these boot camp series?
Then it was more just kind of dabbling and pickup thing. I wasn't really full committed into it. But after I heard, Arash and what he was speaking, like he's always said, it's more about building a better lifestyle for you, not just the girl. And it's about the girl, but it's also about you. So I was like, wow, that makes sense. So, I got into some of his online subscriptions, and I got, of course, the Beyond the Game book. And that was really badass. That really resonated with me a lot. A lot of the quotations he said.
Yeah.
So I started getting more deep into him and into IMC Nation.
Uh-huh.
And, I wanted to say, like, each time I go to a class, a Lions Den lecture or something, you just get better and better, and more it's built up inside of you.
Yeah.
You just want to go out there and kick ass.
Yeah, talk about that. What do you mean it gets better and better the more it gets built up inside of you? It sounds like you're doing a hypnotic speech pattern on me right now. Everybody, whatever
for me
right now, it's getting more and more the more I talk about it. It's getting bigger and bigger until right now you're about to explode with this feeling inside of you.
I mean, it's just a lot of, I really feel good about it. I really feel positive. I feel like the warrior that I'm meant to be. And with each, Lions Den, each boot camp, it's always laying more value on you. That's something I adopt into my lifestyle that I work with. So, I interface like a lot of people, not recently due to the, COVID pandemic, but I work for my tribe. I work in our culture department. So that allows me to go out and teach people about some of my traditions, whether it be some of our games, some of our dances, craft work. So that alone, just, listen to him, how he communicates, that's helped me become a better teacher and instructor. Then it's just, I don't know, I could go on and on, but really it's just, I feel like I'm a better person with each class.
Yeah, I have a very similar experience, and yeah, definitely has guided a lot. A lot of people in the yoga, because yoga, I feel that's almost like a lifetime ago because of this quarantine. Like, when's the last time I really taught? I mean, I taught some people, here and there, and I teach a lot online. But I mean, like a class, I show up, I'm a superstar for a thing. I'm used to that, and for 3 years I was doing that, and then it comes to an end. But I got a lot of compliments, more than usual. Like, there's the usual yoga teacher that gets compliments that, then becomes a kind of a workshop kind of yoga teacher. They're teaching just practice seminars. I was getting those compliments teaching the seminars, and nobody knew who I was as a teacher because I never really taught like that except in my hometown. But then I moved and just kind of traveled and taught workshops. And I got so much feedback because I was outside of their matrix. I was learning to teach yoga by learning communication from Arash. And so I had great yoga, great physique, great capabilities, but I had an ability to talk and deliver it, and all of those things. Like, talk about that. How did studying Arash make you a better teacher? What are some things that you've noticed?
I come out of my shell more, and I have more of a better speaking voice. Because used to, I would just kind of mumble my way through just the minimum, just to get by. But now when my approach is now, it's like, they're paying me to teach, to pass on some of this knowledge. I better not cheat these people out of their money. So I try to bring my best, most informative, and, whatever is needed to be done, I do it. And just, just watching him too, just the way he communicates, the way he brings it out. It's just, it's kind of hard not to pick up on that.
Yeah. To somebody that maybe is discovering this podcast, because DC runs the podcast on YouTube. I mean, so many great hashtags that you can get, or tags or whatever that you can get with this, and get a lot of organic discovery for interviewing Chief Jay from Choctaw Nation, and but it sounds like I can hear someone listening from the outside, like, who the fuck is this Arash Dibazar? There goes my explicit content now officially, everybody. Who the fuck is this Arash Dibazar? What is this? Like some kind of self-help, confidence building, like men's self-help? Like, I could see someone, I doubt they'd even be that articulate to be able to form those words. But if they could, they might say something like that. What would you say? I don't want to say what would you say to someone like that. I'd probably just turn and walk away or fuck them. But how would you describe what it is this training with Arash Bazar, you know?
First, I'd probably ask them how much are they ready to make a commitment to themselves. Because really, to me, that's a lot of it. What it is, you have to make a commitment to yourself. So, you know, he could teach me. He could teach me anything. To me,
yeah. What does that mean to? Because working in sales, I can tell you that it becomes across as a sales pitch when someone says, "Are you ready to invest in yourself?" Are you to yourself? That's someone's about to sell me on a $5,000 thing. Like, well, you said you were dedicated.
Well, if you want to get down to it, no.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
the thing is, it's like, you know, to me, you know, this is your life. This is how you do things. And if you want to, you know, better yourself, you're going to have to commit to yourself. And that means, you know, throwing money at it, doing the work. Because a lot of it just comes down to hard work. So to me, just getting with Arash and talking to him, the guy, he speaks truth. He's not shy. He'll tell you what the fuck he thinks and feels. And, you know, a lot of people have a problem with honesty. A lot of times they're just really happy living a lie. And that's, I think, one of the noblest things about him is honesty. He cares. Passion. It comes down to passion, too.
Yeah, those are really important. What I want to ask, what are some of these lies that you've noticed that people have, that maybe you've woken up to? Yeah, it is hard to explain, Jason Phillips. Really I get a lot of practice at this, asking people these questions, because it's like, if I had someone ask me these questions, I'm sure it would be really difficult. I should do that. I should do a reverse episode one day. Shout out to all of IMC Nation who wants to interview me. No, seriously. Oh shoot, what was I saying? Oh, the lies. You were living lies, and what are some of these that you came across?
To me, a lot of people are just happy to procrastinate, to put things away, to just settle. Are
they happy, or are they just settling? Or how do they?
To me, a lot of things is they're just settling.
They're just.
Like, I know a lot of people who just settle when they're not really.
How do they feel about just settling? Like, if they're not happy about it, what do they feel about their settling?
I think they're just doing it to get by, just to see another day. The minimalist approach. And that was something I told myself that I wouldn't do.
Were you like that and you changed, or were you never like that and you just found an outlet?
I would say I was. I'd be lying to myself if I said I wasn't. I was just happy to, you know, collect a little coin throughout the day, play some Xbox, and just chill at home. But then, you know, listening to Arash speak and going to a lot of these boot camps and lectures, I'm like, I can make a better life for myself. Why should I just settle for the minimalist approach? And I think that's kind of what's going on with a lot of people these days. They just want to get by, especially in Oklahoma. You know, it's kind of a hick town, so to speak. But to me, it's just, you know, it's one of those boot camps where he said, you just got to laugh at the absurdity of it all.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, what the fuck? Come on.
Yeah, let's talk about let's fast forward and get up into these intense boot camps, these intensives. You've done like 5 or 6 of these things, these bad boys back to back. You know, they're once a month, 2-3 day special events. He goes deep into, you know, long lectures that go deep into the mind and you know, create a shift. And what has been your experience of this, I don't know, this series of boot camps that you've had over the, you know, 2020?
They've been really life-changing. They've been really informative. They've been really helpful, because especially these last few Lions, they were really phenomenal, really. I don't know if I could really pick out the appropriate word of how amazing it has been, because I've really picked up on a lot of the beast aspects of the classes he's teaching right now, especially just when it comes to your health and your life. That's why I've just been attacking the weights hard and been trying to eat better and everything. It's just amazing.
Yeah. It's what's the future for you, Chief Jay? What are you looking at in the next 3 to 6 months? What's your view? What are you going to?
Well, let's see. I'll be ready to do some Hulk Hogan poses.
That's right.
No, I just plan on getting better and better. Right now, let's see, we're in July, so a lot of things are kind of held up all the work-wise, which is fine though.
Oh, I see that, yeah.
But we're looking forward to opening a cultural center, so that's something I'm really interested in. Because when it comes down to it, you know, I'm really proud to be Native American. I'm proud to be Choctaw. So I'm always happy to share my culture, history, what have you. And that's something I'm really looking forward to doing again. But besides that, just more personal growth.
Yeah, I really like, you know, you're reminding me about how much it, through his teaching and, you know, his communication with you, it wakes up parts of you, and it wakes up parts of your mind, like through archetypes, or it wakes up, you know, maybe your body through like some of the routines that just like wakes up a body awareness that you're just like, man, it may sound ridiculous, but I was not pleased with my body just doing yoga all the time. There were ways I could get myself into a state, but there were setbacks, like maybe my joints were a little loose, or it was just a different thing. You know, there was something that I had forgotten doing 9 years of that activity, and with the beast calisthenics and things that he taught in the boot camp, it's brought a new form to me. You know, I've reformed my body, and it's super dope. Okay, well, let's see. Do we have any comments coming in from the audience? You guys can tell. Oh, we see something here. It's hard to explain. Yeah. Well, Jason, you know, you've done a boot camp too. You've done like 3-4 boot camp. Man, Jason, you've done a fucking lot. What am I talking about? I would need to like go backwards in time to find all of that stuff. We got a bunch of boot camp attendees. DC just did a boot camp, and we got people online. Sultan, Demigod, you guys have done boot camps. Everybody, basically. Andrew Dutra, you haven't done a boot camp. That's probably why he signed off. I saw him sign off. So, how do you think you'll ever graduate training with Arash Bazar? What do you think is the future of training with him?
I don't think so. I don't think you really could graduate. To me, I'm like I told you earlier, I gotta invest in myself, and if I want to be the best Joshua J that I can be, then you know I gotta have Arash on my side.
That's rad. Why is that? Why would you say that for an audience member that's just like tuning in? Why would you always need Arash on your side?
He's gonna bring out the best in you. He's gonna hit you with truth, and he's just gonna teach you all the best things that are within you, and he's just gonna bring it out of you.
What is it about him that does this? You make him sound so saintly, Josh Jacob.
He's a saintly motherfucker. No.
Yeah, right. The cursing. like seriously, handle the skeptics. Like, have you had any haters in your area, in your tribe, in your community, in your college? Do you talk about them much, or you know, how does it go there about that?
Everybody kind of does. You know, I say, hey, you know, I've been going to a guy. He's a guru. He's a modern day wizard, if you will.
Wow, you say that?
Yeah,
that's rad.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how can you describe him? Motherfuckers out of other
I don't try to describe him accurately to people. Like Jason was saying, it's hard to explain. I don't even try.
I try. I try. I guess I'm just one of those assholes who just like to be on point.
No, that's perfect, man. Yeah, that's right. I mean, you're like, he's a guru, modern day guru. He's a wizard.
And he's, you know, some people say, is he like a life coach? I said, well, man, he's more than a life coach. So.
Okay, yeah.
Because, I mean, he brings out shit that could take you into the afterlife. Come on.
Yeah, man. Man, there is definitely a code to how we talk about this that makes it not sound so gimmicky. Like, we have to be able to talk about like a wizard, like the wizard and the modern day guru were great descriptions. And then it's like, you know, is he a life coach? You could call it that, I guess. I don't know. Is anything not life coaching if you're learning something like, you know what I'm saying? It's more like the skills of communication, but I mean, what is life? What is living without communication?
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's life coaching is in as much as it's like communication coaching. But then there's so much to communication. It's really funny because when people think, like I say something like that, and then they'll say something like, oh yeah, I read a communication book or I took a communication course, and they'll name something or other. And I already know that we are going to disagree on a lot of things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's like as if communication was all made the same, like a communication coaching, you know. And the way you acknowledge that, you know, we got a couple minutes. What is the main difference you have seen in what AZD and other people's conceptions of what it is, you know?
A lot of what, from my experience and what I can tell, a lot of the other folks, they're more like like we talk about gimmicky sales. To me, they're just kind of there for the money. But when you get with Arash, you more or less invest. You invest in yourself, and he's going to deliver.
For sure. And brother, I remember this when you got this. You have the diamond on your pointer finger.
Oh yeah.
What is
hard to see?
Will you talk about that, because I think I remember where that came from, but what's that about?
About was it 2016? He started up the Diamond Mine program. And of course, I got on it, and there was just so much value within it that I was getting that I was like, damn. Arash said that diamond mine, but he's giving me that diamond touch. So, and it was kind of my opener there for a while. I'd go up to a female and you get to talk to him. It's like I got a heart on my wrist. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
But I'd shake their hands like, hey, it's my heart. You want to touch it? Can you feel my heart beating for you? Then I just kind of go on like that. Then I'll say, I got a diamond mind here, and what I'm doing is I'm giving you the diamond touch. But that was just also, but it was a reminder for me that, I do have a diamond mind that I can cut through anything.
That's right. That's right. It's a reminder. Yeah. Very cool. All right. Well, this is, if anybody catches this later and you want to reach out to Josh Jacob, they can find you. What would you prefer, Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook, Instagram, wherever. Telegram, I'm on that too, brothers.
That's right. How do they find you on Instagram? What's your Instagram handle?
See, it's the notorious _J_A_Y_51.
Holy fuck. That's quite a notorious _J.
Period. A_Y. Notorious JAY51.com.
Yeah.
A lot of the IMC brothers know who I am.
That's right. There it is.
Me following.
or Facebook is even easier. Joshua J. Jacob. Right.
There you go. Go by my legal Hebrew name, if you will.
Your Hebrew name. We got to get into that complication next time. So thank you, everyone, for tuning into this live. Of course, click subscribe to catch it on iTunes or YouTube, and catch you in the next one. Peace. I should do that.